Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Punched Out Thursday to Die For with Kathy, Kristin, myself, and Dorothy, plus Rebecca and Sonia. And we will all be creating with our punches and dies. Plus, it's also Baby Got Scraps, a scrappy inspiration YouTube and Instagram hop. So I will be using scraps. And I've got quite a few pictures that's going to go on my layouts. It will be 2 layouts. And I got odds and ends, but then I run out of room, so I don't use them. And I'm showing a layout that I did back in the summer. And I really did not know anything about it when I scrapped it, other than there was a Statue of Liberty behind my grandson, and it was in a building, which I figured was a museum because there was museum pictures after it. Anyway, he called one night while I was recording, so I answered the phone as I was turning the camera off and the lights, and I guess I did it kind of distractedly, because he said, "Now I know you knew it was me that called." And I said, "Yeah, your picture was there." He said, "Oh, which one?" I said, "You with the Statue of Liberty behind you." He said, "Oh, that one." He said, "That was the coolest Statue of Liberty." And I said, "It was." He said, "Yeah, it was made of Legos." And of course, I said I'd already scrapped it, not knowing that. So I'm going to do like an insert. And it's going to be 2 9 by 12 pages. I didn't want to make them fully 12 by 12, but he had a picture of it by itself, the Statue of Liberty. So I'm scrapping it. Plus, I looked it up on the internet. And yeah, it was made by Legos. So I went ahead and, well, it was on a video. And I would pause the video and take a screenshot. And I did several of them because I thought it'd be nice for him to have the steps that they were taking. And it took 2 people to make that Statue of Liberty. Probably read the information that went with it, but I thought I'd include it in this layout. Since I was going to do the one and make sure I noted that it was a Statue of Liberty made of Legos, and I had the other side still to go, and the layouts from the museum that he went to that day. And it's a history museum, national, it's a Smithsonian one. But I had about a 1-inch strip of the yellow paper left over from the first layout. And then I pulled out some more of the same and similar colors to go with this, because I didn't have enough to actually match that. And I was showing you the Sizzix font die, and then also the Diamond Press brushed die. And I'm going to be using both of them, plus those Martha Stewart punches there with the alphabet. And I had full intentions of using those other punches, but like I said, once I started putting the layout together, all the stuff that I did get on there took up so much space that I didn't get to use the other stuff. Since it said on the internet that that statue was to greet people as they came in the door of the museum, I'm putting door greeter, like they have at Walmart. But I'm also going to have Lego lady door greeter. Now, even though I offset the alphas with the white and the black, for the other words, I didn't want to do that on my Lego. I wanted to make kind of a trademark logo thing with the Lego, because this font is similar to the Lego. I thought about trying to do it by hand, but this was easier, so I didn't. And it's Punched Out Thursday to die for, but I am having to do the black outline by hand, and I'm going to put it on this red looking paper. And even though the actual logo does not have black behind there, I'm going to add some more black just so it shows up better on my page. The word lady, that font is the tall and slim, and I'm not going to do any offsetting with it. I am just going to go ahead and adhere it down. I am using my 1/8 inch corner chomper to round the corners on the Lego. And I thought I would try to go over the top of the picture a little bit with the lady, But it went too far over, so I decided I would just put Lego on another line. And once I get the Lego on there, I'm not going to do anything else to this side. Oh, yes, I am. I am going to put some Legos on there. I forgot about that. I thought about cutting just the green ones out since it is done in green, the Lego lady is. But they're so tiny. I decided, no, that I wasn't going to do that, that I would go ahead and use the colors because I do kind of sort of have different shades of the colors, in my background. So I thought that would go ahead and work. I am going to put some foam tape behind a few of the Legos. Not very many. Most of them I'm just going to adhere down. But I am going to put it behind a few of them just to give it some dimension. And I'm going to put a green one up there by the Lego. It's kind of sitting aside there, but it's the one that's going up there. The 12 by 12, 12 by 12, 9 by 12 layout that's going on the other side don't look as much like the original layout that I did last summer as this one does, but it looks more like this one as far as the papers in the background. Because, I said, well, really, I am having to really go through my scraps to decide what to do with these layouts now that I've done several. I do have 4 or 5, maybe 12 by 12 still, but this is baby got scraps, so they're staying 12 by 12 for a while. They'll probably be my background papers, and I'll be digging out other stuff to use as scraps on top of them. Since the page I did last summer had yellow on it, well, quite a bit of yellow, and I did the 1-inch strip on the other one, I wanted to repeat the yellow, and this striped yellow one was the closest I could get to it. It's pretty close. But I did want to have as much repeat as I could have, since they're all basically the same title, because they're all Lego Statue of Liberty. And these pictures aren't bad to be took as a screenshot on a video. And it was a video that was sped up really fast. 292 hours of video sped up really fast. Not really. It was clips put together, but it actually did take 292 hours to do it. I don't know if they were saying 292 hours for the two together to do it, or they did each of them's hours separately and then added them together, but they said 292 hours. And it weighs 125 pounds, plus it's 9 foot tall, and you would not believe how many pieces it took. Well, they call them bricks. Here, I've always called them Legos, haven't you? But it took them 25,375 bricks, or since I'm telling the story, Legos, to make this. And watching the video, I guess they took super glue, because they took some kind of glue. And it being plastic, I would think super glue. And they would put it on every single piece before they put the piece on there. So, yeah, it was a labor of love. They must love to put Legos together. Like this layout was a labor of love. Those Martha Stewart punches laying there, I did the little black and white signs that say pounds and bricks and hours and so on. I did them individually, of course. And then I had to take dies, even though punches are quicker with the alphas. When you're doing the Martha Stewart one, it's pretty small and takes a little bit longer. But I used the dies for the everything else. And so, yeah, it took a little while to do all that. So, yeah, this layout was labor of love. Not 292 hours worth, but it still took me a while. But I do like punching out stuff and using my dies. Sometimes, I just use the thickers or the alphabet stickers. But I love that font for the Martha Stewart punches. And, of course, I love this tall and slim, too. And then that brush stroke, that's just the cutest font. So yeah, I like using them on my layouts. And look at me. I am using those Heidi Swap stickers. And there is absolutely no stickum on there. I'm also going to use see that roll of dimensional tape? That is the stickiest stuff. And I'm having a hard time. I barely touch something and it sticks. Well, I put it on the back of that circular thing that says epic because, yeah, that statue of Legos is epic. And it don't stick. That's why you're seeing me put glue to. And the funny thing is, when I tried to go put it back down, I did it 3 or 4 times, it kept sticking to my fingers because it was so sticky, but it wouldn't stick to that. So I had to put liquid glue on there and make sure I didn't touch it for a while. So it's on there now. It's stuck and it's staying, but I was beginning to wonder. Yeah, when I was glancing through all my odds and ends stuff to see if there's anything I could use on this layout, because I'm getting lower on embellishments, I seen that epic and I thought, oh, I gotta have that. It's the right color even. So yeah, it was going on there one way or the other. I'm also cutting out well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 little areas I'm going to put the Legos in and kind of scatter them out on the layout to add color here and there, plus Legos here and there. But I don't know if you can tell, but the bottom picture, which is upside down at the moment, it's the tablet that the Statue of Liberty is holding in her hand. And they put it together, then they inset the July 4th and the year afterwards. They did them separate. They did quite a few things separate. They did the head separate, the arm separate. So it just didn't all come together right away. And the stand part is done with brown Legos. Most of it's in green. The part on her crown that's got a room back there and the windows and everything, it's done in brown, and I think reds is what it said. But the green, it's called sand green or something like that. It is not called a regular green. And I'm thinking, what is sand green? SAND, sand green. But I'm almost done with the layout. So be sure you look down there below to see the links for all the gals doing the Punched Out Thursday to Die For and see what they did with their dies and punches today. And it'll be right below them is Baby Got Scraps. And you get to see what they did with their scraps if you check out their links. So yeah, this is the first layout that I did last summer. And although I had a lot of fun doing it, I evidently did not know what I was doing. And here's the adjoining one for it with the picture that he took of the Lego lady all by herself. And then this is close-ups for it. I forgot I put them in there. But yeah, there's my Lego sign with the Legos. It's pretty close to being the same. Not perfect, but close. And here's the next page with all the different numbers of how much work and everything it took to make it. And there's my epic. And yes, it's stuck now. I checked and it is stuck now. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know about the bottom one. I didn't check it. But yeah, oh, and see it. There's the head. They did it separate. I put that 9 foot there, and after I adhered it down, I thought, wonder if anybody's going to look at that and think the head was 9 foot tall. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But I hope you all have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.